Beloved soul, welcome to this sacred moment. You did not stumble across this message by accident. Heaven has guided. You didn't come across this by accident. There's a message meant specifically for your heart, and it carries real importance. Here's what needs to be understood clearly. This man does have genuine feelings for you. His love is real, deep, and sincere. But there is also another woman connected to him, and heaven wants you to see this situation with clarity, not confusion. Before going any further, take a moment to respond in faith. Write in the comments, "I believe in God," or "I love God." When you say this, you're opening your heart to receive wisdom and guidance beyond your own understanding. And if you're new here, welcome to Jungify. This space is for divine insight, spiritual direction, and messages meant to guide you closer to truth. Stay connected and keep your heart open, because everything shared here is meant to lead you toward what God has prepared for you. Now listen closely. There's urgency in this message. Yes, his feelings for you are strong. He's drawn to you in a way he can't ignore. Around you, he feels peace. Your presence brings him joy, and even when you're not there, his thoughts go back to you. But the presence of another woman cannot be ignored. You are being asked to look deeper so you don't fall into doubt, confusion, or emotional pain. This situation isn't here to break you. It's here to refine your understanding. You need to discern whether this connection is truly meant for you or if it's something that could distract you from the love God actually has planned for your life. When you put God first above your emotions, truth becomes clearer. So take a stand in faith and write, "I seek God first." This mindset protects your heart. Love can be real, but when someone's loyalty is divided, that's something you cannot overlook. True love doesn't make you compete for a place in someone's heart. If he truly sees you as the one, his actions will reflect that clearly. Sometimes the other woman may be part of his past or tied to him through certain circumstances. But don't mistake obligation for destiny. What God truly ordains doesn't come with confusion or obstacles that block your place. Declare this with confidence. God's plan will stand. Let that truth guard your heart right now. What matters most is not just what he says, but what he does. Does he openly include you in his future? Does he set clear boundaries with others to honor you? Or are you left waiting, unsure, receiving words of love while his actions tell a different story? Where there is constant confusion, there is usually a lack of alignment. Understand this deeply. You are not meant to accept half-hearted love. Real love is steady, whole, and dependable. When the right person comes into your life, you won't have to question your place. There won't be another person casting doubt over your connection. Instead, you'll feel peace. Say this boldly, "I will not settle for less than God's best." That declaration reflects your true worth. Also remember, the presence of another person doesn't always mean betrayal. Sometimes it becomes a test. For him, it's a test of whether he will choose truth and commitment. For you, it's a test of whether you will trust God instead of holding on to something out of fear or desire. Ask yourself honestly, does this connection bring you closer to God? Or does it fill you with anxiety and uncertainty? Real love that comes from God strengthens your spirit. It doesn't drain you or weaken your faith. Write this with conviction. True love builds, not breaks. You don't need to chase anyone. You don't need to beg for someone's loyalty or fight for your position in their life. If you are truly meant to be chosen, it will be clear, and his actions will align with his words. Trust God more than your emotions. Sometimes your feelings may tell you to hold on, hoping he will choose you eventually. But God may be guiding you to wait for someone who chooses you without hesitation. Declare this, "I trust God above my feelings." Take a moment and remember who you are. You are not an option. You are not someone's backup plan. You are valuable, chosen, and deeply loved by God. If this man is truly meant for you, nothing and no one will be able to stand in the way. But if he is not, then what's being revealed now is actually protecting you from deeper pain later. Stay grounded in prayer. Ask for clarity. Ask to see the difference between something real and something that only looks like love. What is truly meant for you will always come with peace, clarity, and alignment. If this message resonates with you, show your agreement by engaging with it and stay connected with Jungify for more guidance like this. And write this with confidence: blessed and ready. Now understand this on a deeper level. This isn't just about emotions, it's about discernment. How do you know if he's truly meant for you or if it's time to step back? First, look at his actions, not just his words. Anyone can say they love you, but does he show consistency, respect, and care? Does he protect your heart or leave you confused? Let your judgment be based on what he does, not what he promises. Say this: I will look at actions, not words. Second, pay attention to how you feel in the connection. Real love brings peace, not constant doubt or comparison. If you feel stuck in confusion, that's not something to ignore. Third, notice whether there is sacrifice. Real love requires effort and commitment. It doesn't ask you to share someone or accept less than you deserve. A man who truly values you will be willing to let go of anything that threatens that bond. Declare, I deserve love that sacrifices, not compromises. Fourth, consider his vision for the future. Does he clearly include you in it, or does he keep things uncertain? Real connection moves forward with clarity, not excuses. Say, I will walk with someone who is aligned with me. Fifth, check whether the relationship brings you closer to God or pulls you away. If it leads you into confusion or compromise, it's not aligned with what's meant for you. True love will strengthen your faith, not weaken it. Sixth, observe whether he has the courage to choose. Not everyone who feels love is ready to commit to it. The right person will choose you openly and confidently, not keep you in the shadows. Declare, I will not be a second choice. Seventh, watch for consistency over time. Real love remains steady. It doesn't fluctuate between closeness and distance. If his behavior is unstable, that's something you need to take seriously. Let this settle in your heart. If you are truly the one meant for him, everything will align naturally. You won't have to fight for clarity or beg for commitment. His actions will make it obvious. But if he continues to be divided and unable to choose, then holding on will only delay what is truly meant for you. Don't invest your time in something that isn't fully yours. Say this with strength: I will wait for God's best, not half-hearted love. You are not meant to compete with another woman. You are meant to be chosen fully, honored completely, and loved without confusion. Anything less than that is not the kind of love you are meant to receive. Trust that waiting on God will renew your strength and guide you to the right love at the right time. If this message speaks to you, stay connected with Jungify and continue aligning yourself with truth, and declare once more, blessed and ready. One more thing to hold on to. Sometimes what feels like rejection is actually protection. Sometimes what seems like loss is God removing what could have hurt you later. Not everything that leaves your life is meant to stay, and not everything that feels right is truly right for you. This is something important for you to understand. If this man is truly meant to be in your life, then heaven itself will protect that bond. But if he isn't, God will not let you stay stuck in something that takes away your peace. There's a reminder here. The enemy's purpose is to steal, destroy, and bring confusion. But God's intention is for you to experience a full and meaningful life. Love that isn't real will drain you, but the kind of love that comes from God will bring fullness and peace. So say this with intention: I choose love that gives me life. This is your decision to accept only what is truly meant for you. Sometimes God removes what isn't right in different ways. One way is through exposure. Things that were hidden may suddenly come to light. Truths you didn't know, behaviors you didn't see before, or divided intentions that were kept from you. Don't ignore these moments. When truth is revealed, it's not meant to hurt you, it's meant to free you. What is brought into the light is meant to guide you, not confuse you. Other times, God removes what isn't meant for you by closing doors. The connection may weaken, communication might stop, or circumstances may create distance. It can feel painful, but a closed door is not rejection, it's protection. Remind yourself of this by saying, "Closed doors are God's protection." There are also moments when you feel something isn't right, even if everything looks fine on the outside. That inner discomfort matters. That feeling is often a quiet warning guiding you away from something that doesn't align with you. Peace is a sign of what is right. If peace is missing, then something is off. Sometimes timing itself becomes protection. A man may care about you, but not be ready for the kind of commitment you deserve. If he's distracted or unable to choose you fully, then the delay isn't denial, it's preparation. Say this with confidence: "I will wait for what is truly mine." Understand this clearly. When God removes someone, it's never without purpose. What looks appealing on the surface can never compare to what is truly meant for you. The right person will stand beside you with intention, pray with you, support you, and walk with you in alignment. Your future is not tied to something uncertain. It's connected to something real and secure. The man who is truly meant for you will not place you in competition. He won't disturb your peace or make you question your worth. He will choose you fully, love you openly, and remain consistent. If you ever find yourself in a situation where another woman is involved, don't react out of fear. Instead, turn to prayer. Ask for clarity. Ask for truth. Ask for the strength to see things as they really are. What comes from God will always be good, clear, and purposeful. You are not meant to receive something wrapped in confusion. Declare this: "I will not fight for something that isn't mine. I will wait for what is meant for me." Here's something important to remember. Love should never cost you your peace. If it takes away your dignity, your faith, or your joy, then it's not right for you. True love respects both God and you. So don't be afraid if something is removed from your life. Don't feel shaken if another person seems to stand in the way. What is truly yours cannot be taken from you. It won't be lost, delayed forever, or destroyed. It is being protected, and when the time is right, it will come into your life with clarity and peace. If this message speaks to you, stay connected with Jungify and continue surrounding yourself with truth. And say this again: blessed and ready. Now let's go deeper into what you should do if you realize his heart is divided. This is a difficult place because your emotions may want to hold on while your spirit is asking you to seek God's direction. The first step is to pray before you react. Don't rush to confront him before you've gained clarity. When you pray first, you allow wisdom to guide your response instead of emotion. Declare this: "I will pray before I speak." The second step is choosing discernment over desire. Wanting someone doesn't mean they are meant for you. Ask yourself honestly, is he truly right for me? When you trust God instead of your own understanding, your path becomes clearer. The third step is setting boundaries. If he truly cares, his actions will show it. You are not meant to compete for someone's attention. Boundaries are not about punishment. They are about clarity. They say, if you truly value me, show it through your choices. If you can't choose, I cannot stay. Say this boldly: I deserve clarity, not confusion. The fourth step is observing what happens when you step back. If he truly values you, he will not risk losing you. He will take action, remove distractions, and pursue you with intention. But if he becomes distant, take that as your answer. What is real will come toward you. What isn't will fall away. The fifth step is learning to let go if that's what's needed. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you trust God more than your own feelings. Say this with strength: I release what is not meant for me. The sixth step is waiting with trust, not fear. Waiting doesn't mean something is being denied. It means something is being prepared. Use that time to grow stronger, not more anxious. The seventh step is remembering your value. You are not an option. You are not second place. You are chosen. You deserve a love that reflects that truth. Say it clearly: I am chosen, not an option. The eighth step is releasing control. You cannot force someone to love you the right way. You cannot make someone choose you. Real love is natural and mutual. When you let go of control, you allow God to work in ways you cannot. Let peace guard your heart. If He is meant for you, He will come back with clarity and intention. If not, someone else will come who won't hesitate to choose you. So here is the truth you need to hold on to. If His love is divided, don't fight for Him. Fight for your peace. Protect your clarity. Stay aligned with what God has for you. If He chooses you, it will be clear. If He doesn't, then you've been saved from something that wasn't right. Seal this within yourself: I choose peace over pain. Real love will not leave you confused. It will not make you compete or wait endlessly. It will choose you fully, honor you openly, and protect your heart. You don't need to beg for the love that is meant for you. You don't need to chase or compete with anyone. What God has planned for you cannot be stolen, delayed, or confused. The right person will not divide His attention. He will stand with you in clarity, commitment, and peace. Always remember this: love that isn't real brings confusion. Real love brings clarity. False love drains you. Real love strengthens you. False love makes you feel uncertain. Real love reassures you that you are chosen. You are deeply valued, and there is someone prepared who will love you the right way. Don't let fear push you into settling. Don't let loneliness make you hold on to something incomplete. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust that what's meant for you will be worth it. Say this one last time: blessed and ready. Let this be your agreement with what is ahead. Heavenly Father, thank you for every person receiving this message. Thank you for being a God of peace and truth. Strengthen their hearts when they feel torn between emotions and clarity. Give them courage to walk away from what isn't right and patience to wait for what is. Heal every place where they've felt rejected and replace it with confidence in their worth. Protect them from confusion and guide them toward what is real. If this man is meant for them, bring alignment, honesty, and commitment. If he is not, gently remove him and lead them toward the one who is. Prepare the person who is meant for them. Build a love that is strong, faithful, and lasting. Let their future relationship reflect your goodness and become a source of light and strength. We place this prayer with faith and trust. At its core, this message is really about learning the difference between emotional attachment and spiritual clarity. Many people find themselves in situations where feelings are strong, the connection feels deep, and yet something doesn't sit right. That something is important. It's often the quiet signal telling you to pause, reflect, and look beyond what you feel in the moment. Love, especially when it's intense, can make it easy to ignore red flags or justify behavior that doesn't truly align with your values. But real, healthy love doesn't require you to overlook your own peace or dignity. One of the biggest challenges in situations like this is confusion. When someone says they love you but their actions don't fully match, it creates an emotional loop. You start questioning yourself instead of questioning the situation. You wonder if you're expecting too much, if you should be more patient, or if things will eventually change. But clarity is actually a key sign of genuine love. When someone is serious about you, they don't leave you guessing. They don't keep you in a position where you feel uncertain about where you stand. Another important layer here is self-worth. When you truly understand your value, you stop accepting situations where you are treated as an option instead of a priority. This doesn't come from arrogance, it comes from self-respect. You begin to recognize that being chosen fully is the bare minimum, not something you have to earn or compete for. When another person is involved and loyalty is unclear, it's not a situation you're meant to win. It's a situation you're meant to evaluate and, if necessary, walk away from. There's also the idea of timing and readiness. Sometimes, two people may care about each other, but one of them is not in the right place to commit fully. This can be difficult to accept because the feelings are still real. But love alone is not enough to sustain a healthy relationship. It also requires maturity, clarity, and the willingness to make decisions that reflect commitment. If someone is unable to choose you clearly, it often means they are not ready for the kind of relationship you deserve, regardless of how they feel. Boundaries become extremely important in this kind of situation. Without boundaries, it's easy to stay stuck in a cycle where you accept less than you deserve while hoping things will improve. Boundaries are not about controlling the other person. They're about protecting your own well-being. They define what you are willing to accept and what you are not. For example, choosing not to stay in a situation where there is divided loyalty is a boundary. It communicates that you value clarity, respect, and commitment. Another key point is the role of patience. Walking away or stepping back doesn't always feel good in the moment. It can feel like loss, like giving up on something that could have been meaningful. But patience is not about losing, it's about trusting that something better and more aligned will come. When you let go of what is uncertain or incomplete, you create space for something that is stable and whole. It's also important to understand the difference between chasing and allowing. When you feel strongly about someone, the natural instinct can be to hold on tightly, to try harder, or to prove your worth. But real love doesn't require that kind of effort. It doesn't need convincing or constant reassurance. When something is right, it flows naturally. Both people move toward each other with the same level of intention and commitment. Emotional peace is another major indicator. Pay attention to how you feel consistently, not just in moments of connection. If most of your experience is anxiety, overthinking, or uncertainty, that's not something to ignore. A healthy connection brings a sense of stability. It doesn't mean there are no challenges, but the foundation feels secure rather than shaky. Letting go of control is also a crucial part of this journey. You cannot force someone to make a decision, to choose you, or to love you in the way you deserve. Trying to control the outcome only leads to more stress and disappointment. Instead, focusing on your own growth, your own peace, and your own alignment allows things to unfold more naturally. If the person is meant to be in your life, they will show up in a way that matches your standards. If not, their absence will make room for someone who does. There's also a deeper lesson about trust. Trusting that not everything that feels right is actually right for you. Trusting that delays, endings, and unexpected changes are sometimes forms of protection. It's easy to see things clearly in hindsight, but much harder in the moment. That's why developing trust in a bigger process, whether you call it faith, intuition, or inner wisdom, is so important. Another aspect to consider is emotional independence. When your happiness becomes too tied to one person's actions or decisions, it can create imbalance. You start feeling like your peace depends on whether they choose you or not. But true strength comes from knowing that your worth and your happiness are not determined by someone else's choices. You can care about someone deeply and still choose yourself at the same time. It's also helpful to reflect on patterns. If you've found yourself in similar situations before, where there is uncertainty or divided attention, it might be worth asking why. Sometimes we are drawn to familiar emotional dynamics, even if they are not healthy. Recognizing these patterns allows you to break them and make different choices moving forward. Growth often comes from discomfort. Situations like this force you to confront what you truly want and what you are willing to accept. They push you to develop stronger boundaries, clearer standards, and a deeper sense of self. While it may feel painful in the moment, it can lead to long-term clarity and strength. At the end of the day, the goal is not just to find love, but to experience the right kind of love. A love that is mutual, clear, respectful, and consistent. A love where you don't have to question your place or compete for attention. A love that supports your growth instead of draining your energy. Choosing that kind of love often requires letting go of situations that don't meet those standards. It requires trusting that something better exists, even if you can't see it yet. It requires patience, self-respect, and the willingness to walk away from anything that feels incomplete. And most importantly, it requires remembering that you deserve a love that chooses you fully, not halfway, not eventually, not conditionally. Fully, clearly, and without hesitation. To go even deeper into this, you have to understand that situations like this are not just about love or relationships. They are about identity, alignment, and emotional maturity. When you are faced with someone who loves you but is also involved with another person, the real question is not just, do they love me, but is this love aligned with the life and peace I am meant to have? That shift in perspective changes everything. A lot of people stay stuck because they focus on potential instead of reality. They hold on to what could be instead of accepting what is. You might see glimpses of how good things feel when it's just the two of you, and you build a vision around those moments. But a relationship is not built on isolated highs. It's built on consistent truth. If the reality includes confusion, divided attention, or emotional instability, then that is the relationship, not the exception. Another important aspect is emotional investment. The more time, energy, and feelings you pour into someone, the harder it becomes to step back and see things clearly. You start to feel like walking away would mean losing everything you've built. But staying in something that isn't fully right can cost you even more over time. Your peace, your confidence, and your sense of self. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is detach from what feels familiar so you can make space for what is actually right. You also need to look at the role of inconsistency. Inconsistent behavior is one of the biggest sources of emotional confusion. When someone shows you love one moment and distance the next, it creates a cycle that keeps you hooked. You hold on to the good moments and try to make sense of the bad ones. But consistency is not something that should be negotiated. It's something that should be naturally present in a healthy connection. When someone truly values you, their behavior reflects that in a stable and predictable way. There's also a psychological side to this. When love feels uncertain, it can actually become more addictive. The unpredictability creates emotional highs and lows, which can make the connection feel more intense than it actually is. This is often mistaken for deep love, but in reality, it's emotional instability. Real love may not always feel dramatic, but it feels safe. It gives you a sense of grounding instead of constant tension. Another layer is the fear of starting over. Many people stay in unclear situations because they're afraid of losing the connection and having to begin again with someone new. They worry that they won't find the same feelings elsewhere. But what's important to realize is that you're not just looking for feelings. You're looking for alignment. The right connection will not only bring emotion, it will also bring clarity, commitment, and mutual effort. You should also think about what kind of relationship you are preparing yourself for. If you accept divided attention now, You are setting a standard for what you are willing to tolerate in the future. But if you choose to step away from anything that doesn't fully honor you, you are reinforcing a standard of respect and clarity. Over time, this shapes the kind of people and relationships you attract. Another key idea is emotional responsibility. You are not responsible for someone else's confusion, indecision, or inability to commit. It's not your job to fix them, wait for them to grow, or prove that you are worth choosing. People reveal who they are through their actions, and it's up to you to decide whether those actions align with what you want for your life. There's also a deeper lesson about letting go of control over outcomes. When you are emotionally attached, it's natural to want things to work out in a specific way. You may imagine a future with this person and hope that eventually they will choose you, but holding on to that expectation can keep you stuck. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop trying to force a result that isn't naturally unfolding. Pay attention to how this situation affects your mental and emotional state over time. Are you becoming more secure, confident, and peaceful? Or are you becoming more anxious, uncertain, and drained? The direction of your emotional state is a strong indicator of whether something is right for you. Healthy love supports your well-being. It doesn't slowly wear it down. It's also important to understand that love is not just about connection. It's about decision. Feelings can exist without commitment, but a real relationship requires both. Someone may feel strongly about you, but if they are not making a clear decision to be with you, then those feelings are not enough to build a future on. Decision is what turns emotion into something real and stable. Another angle to consider is self-trust. When you're in a confusing situation, you may start doubting your own instincts. You might ignore your intuition because you want things to work. But that inner voice that tells you something isn't right is there for a reason. Learning to trust yourself again is a crucial part of moving forward. The more you listen to that inner clarity, the stronger and more confident you become. There's also growth in choosing yourself, even when it's difficult. Walking away from something you care about takes strength, especially when there are real feelings involved. But every time you choose your peace, your clarity, and your self-respect, you reinforce your value. You remind yourself that you are worthy of something better. You should also reflect on what you truly want in the long term, not just emotionally, but practically. Do you want a relationship where you feel secure, chosen, and respected, or one where you are constantly questioning your place? When you get honest about your standards, it becomes easier to see when something doesn't meet them. Another important idea is that not every connection is meant to last, even if it feels meaningful. Some connections come into your life to teach you something, to help you grow, to show you what you want and what you don't want. Letting go of these connections doesn't mean they were meaningless. It means their purpose has been fulfilled. You also need to be careful about over-romanticizing struggle. Sometimes people believe that if something is difficult, it must be deep or special. But struggle is not a requirement for love. A healthy relationship may have challenges, but it is not built on constant emotional hardship. Ease, clarity, and mutual understanding are just as important. Another layer is the importance of alignment in values and priorities. Even if two people have strong feelings for each other, if they are not aligned in their intentions or readiness, the relationship will struggle. Love alone cannot fix misalignment. Both people need to be moving in the same direction with the same level of commitment. You should also recognize that waiting for someone who is unsure can keep you from meeting someone who is certain. Time is one of the most valuable things you have, and how you spend it matters. Investing it in someone who cannot fully show up may delay your opportunity to experience a relationship that truly meets your needs. There's also strength in accepting reality as it is, rather than trying to reshape it. Acceptance doesn't mean approval. It means seeing things clearly so you can make the best decision for yourself. Once you accept that someone is not able to give you what you need, you free yourself from false hopes. Another key point is emotional balance. It's okay to feel sad, disappointed, or hurt in situations like this. Those feelings are natural, but it's important not to let them override your logic and self-respect. Balancing emotion with clarity allows you to make decisions that are both compassionate and wise. Finally, this entire experience can become a turning point. It can shift the way you approach relationships moving forward. It can help you develop stronger boundaries, clearer standards, and a deeper sense of self-worth. Instead of seeing it as just a painful situation, you can see it as a moment that shaped you into someone who knows exactly what they deserve. In the end, the goal is not just to be loved, but to be loved in the right way. A way that feels peaceful, secure, and mutual. A way that doesn't require you to question your place or compete for attention. A way that aligns with who you are and where you're going. And when you truly understand that, you stop chasing uncertainty and start choosing clarity. You stop settling for partial love and start waiting for something whole. You stop trying to be chosen by someone else and start choosing yourself first. And that is where everything begins to change. At the end of it all, the message is simple but powerful. Real love from God will never confuse you, divide you, or make you compete for your place. If someone is truly meant for you, their actions will be clear, consistent, and aligned with your worth. Anything that brings doubt, stress, or divided loyalty is not what God has planned for you. Trust that what is truly yours will come with peace, certainty, and honor. Choose patience, choose clarity, and never settle for anything less than a love that fully chooses you.